Hello students, today we are starting the new chapter of class 10, Electricity. Electricity is a convenient form of energy used by us widely in our daily life. In this video, we will try to understand the basic terms and certain definitions. These appliances we use daily in our life. They need electricity. But how do we know that electricity is flowing to these appliances? For electric current, the charges should flow through the conductor, and when they flow, we say there is electric current in the conductor. To define electric current, it is expressed by the amount of charges flowing through a particular area in unit time. That means electric current is defined as the rate of flow of electric charges. To define electric current, we are using three quantities: I, the electric current; electric charges denoted by Q; and time, which is denoted by T. So the equation becomes I is equals to Q divided by T. Its SI unit is ampere in the respect of French mathematician Andre Ampere. Do we need only solids to conduct electric current? No. Answer is no. Current can flow in all three states of material. In solids, free electrons carry current. In liquids, current is carried by ions, whereas in gases, positive ions or free electrons can carry electric current. Here comes first calculation exercise. Calculate the number of electrons to make 1 coulomb of charge. We have to find number of electrons in 1 coulomb of charge. We know 1 electron possesses a charge of 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulombs. Unit of charge of electron is C, that is coulomb. So, if we invert this, we get the number of electrons. That means we will write 1 coulomb of charge is equals to 1 upon 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. So when 10 raised to minus 19 goes up, it becomes 10 raised to 19 plus divided by 1.6. We get 6.25 into 10 raised to 18 electrons. These many electrons make 1 coulomb of charge. We now move to the second problem. Here, a current of 0.5 ampere is drawn by a filament of an electric bulb for 10 minutes. Find the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit. So here we have to find the amount of electric charge. Here we are given current I is equals to 0.5 ampere, time 10 minutes. So convert that into seconds, it becomes 600 seconds. We have seen the formula, current I is equals to Q by T. So we can rewrite the equation as Q is equals to I into T, and now put the value of I 0.5 amperes, T is equals to 600 seconds. Multiplication of these two values gives us Q is equals to 300 coulombs. That is our answer. So now it's clear that electric current means flow of charges. And how do these charges flow? They will flow if there is a potential difference between the two ends of the terminal. Now, what we mean by this potential difference? That is something analogically like the difference in the water flow. Water flows from higher volume to the lower volume, higher level to the lower level. Likewise, charges flow from the higher potential to the lower potential, as shown in the figure. They will keep on flowing till both the ends reach to the same potential level. To understand the potential of a point, we are required to move a unit positive charge from infinity to that point. In doing so, we are expected to do some work. This work done in joule, when divided by the charge moved in coulomb, gives a unit called volt, in which the potential is measured. So we have now come to solve one more numerical. Calculate the work done in moving a charge of 4 coulombs from a point at 220 volts to another point at 230 volts. 3 data points and 1 task is given here. We have to calculate work done, that is task. Data points, charge is 4 coulombs, that is Q. V1 potential is 220 volts and V2 is 230 volts. So this will give us a potential difference by subtracting V1 from V2. When we put the values of V2 and V1, we get potential difference as 10 volts, which is 230 minus 220. Now we write the formula of potential difference as PD is equals to work done upon charge. Cross multiplying will give us work done equals to PD multiplied by the charge. Putting the value of PD and charge, we get W here. PD was 10, charge given was 4 coulombs, so we multiplied 10 to 4 and answer is 40 joules. Just by putting bulb and battery and switch, purpose is not solved. They are to be connected together, and when they are connected together in a continuous path, it is called electric circuit. In the electric circuit, current will flow only if it is a continuous. If it gets broken anywhere or the switch is made off, the current stops. Unique symbols are used for various devices in the circuit. This chart gives you the symbols for resistors, for wire joints, different types of the meters, switches, cells and battery, which you have to practice and learn. Voltmeter device is shown here, which is written with V. It has a needle which deflects depending on how much voltage current is passed. So this is an instrument that measures the potential difference. How it is connected in the circuit is shown in the next diagram. It is always connected in parallel. In the diagram, it is connected in parallel to the bulb, across whose two ends we have to measure the potential difference. Current is measured using a device, ammeter, as shown in the figure. To measure the small amount of the current, milliampere meter or microammeter is used. Ammeters are always connected in series with the device through which the current is measured. To sense the presence of current, a device called galvanometer is used. This galvanometer, depending on the value of the resistance, can be connected in parallel to the high resistance and in series with the low resistance. Thank you very much for watching this video. Next video in this series is on the Ohm's law. If you liked it, share and subscribe the channel.